So I thought I'd give an example of how the texts are not just the Buddha's words. And this is like, this is actually material from my first book. You probably, mostly of you have encountered the Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, the text, the discourse on the setting in motion of the wheel of Dharma. Supposedly the Buddha's first text. So we'll say, okay, we want to know what the Buddha really taught. Let's go there. But this text we can easily see has been reworked naturally, because the tradition is taking this first text as a kind of pamphlet, to kind of sell its ideas. And here, this is something, I guess I won't go into details here. So the text will say this, and this, monks, is the noble truth of suffering, and then give the explanation. And this, monks, is the noble truth of the arising of suffering, or the cessation of suffering. And this, monks, is the noble, is the, what's going on here? And is the noble truth of the path that leads to the cessation of suffering. But what happens here, there was an earlier formula, which was like, call it the real or the original or the earliest formulation of the Four Noble Truths, which just said, I should have put this in English, idam dukkham, this is dukkha, this meaning this present moment, this anything that arises in experience that I can call it this, and this is a close this that I can point to. And this is the arising of dukkha, and this is the cessation of dukkha, and this is the path that leads to the cessation of dukkha. Now, the funny thing is, and this is the point about the text, okay, what this teaches us about meditation is another question. But about the text, see, this is an argument, I should have written this, that Kenneth Norman, one of the great scholars of the great philologists of the Pali tradition, he showed that the way this is said, if you read the Pali, idam dukkha samudayam or dukkha nirodham arya satyam, this doesn't make sense grammatically. Why doesn't it make sense? Because yes, you can see like this dukkha samudayo down here is a masculine noun. And here it's turned a neuter noun. And then the idam replaces the ayam, which is, sorry, here this is feminine. And that has happened in order to fit the new conception of the noble truth, rather than just looking at these elements. This is suffering. This is the arising of suffering. We are now being presented with a kind of official doctrine of the Four Noble Truths, a mature presentation. And it doesn't, I go into more detail here, it doesn't really make sense if it would really translate what it says. So it would be, this is the truth that gives rise to suffering. That would be the statement on the second noble truth. Now, of course, this can kind of be debated to some degree. I don't want to go into that, but I'm just trying to give you the feel that what we find in the text has been reworked by different layers of the tradition. Okay? All right. Now,